Good morning. Maybe again. I did film a very brief good morning earlier, but it might be so quiet I ended up having to cut it out. But if it is so quiet I had to cut it out, it is December 20th. I've been up for just a little bit. I got 2 Advent stripes done, had some coffee, some breakfast, and I started working on a to-do list for myself. I'm going to be home. Today is day 1 of 10 days before I have to go back to work, which feels like a lot, but also not enough. So I wanted to kind of organize, like, what do I want to do with this time that I have? I definitely am weirdly struggling with taking this time off. In my job, I have kids who depend on me, and there's other people there. I know they're going to take care of it, and it will be fine. But I'm very used to, these are my kids, I need to take care of them. And so being gone for 10 days, it's a little hard to let go of that, but also to feel like, I mean, it's over the holidays too. I was originally only going to take a couple extra days because everybody should be able to have a turn to take the days they want. And it's one of those where it's like, logically, I know everybody had an opportunity to put in for days around the holidays. So if they chose not to put in for other days, that is their choice. That is on them. I can hear my earring hitting. Hopefully that'll help, and then I can put it back on later. But then I ended up with I needed to use more PTO, so now I'm taking a lot of days, and I feel really bad about doing that. And, I have 10 days at home, so it's like, that's enough time to do so much. Let me do everything. And I know I've seen people talk about like toxic productivity where you feel like you always have to be productive. And it's like, yes, that's not healthy. I should feel good just sitting around and doing nothing. But also whenever I do that, I feel like I wasted my time and I should have done something else. And I think it'll be a long-term struggle. You can see I'm kind of a little bit all over the place already this morning. Weirdly, I was watching Vlogmas last night. I'm still a few days behind. I want to say I was watching like day 16 for most people last night. With these days off, I'm sure I'm going to catch up eventually here. But I was watching Wild Cottage Knitting. Susan, she is so wonderful. I just discovered her this year for Vlogmas, and I am enjoying her. She is a knitter from Ireland. She makes me want all the Irish knitting advents right now. And unfortunately, living in the United States, it's not just the normal shipping fees we had before. Now we get super fun extra fees. But she was talking about, just kind of her response to people this year versus last year. And just kind of out of nowhere, she said, it's okay to not be okay. And it just kind of hit me hard because it was like, I'm struggling, burnout at work, struggling, feeling like I'm not getting my projects done. And now that I have this extra time, I feel bad about it. And she was just talking about it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to just find joy in things. You have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. And I even went back and watched that episode a second time last night because it was like, yes, I need to take care of myself before I can go back to work and take care of others. So that was definitely a tangent. That's not why I got on this morning. It's not even 8 a.m. and I'm having weird existential crisis going on. But long story short, I made a to-do list and it will include, chores, but I also made sure to write down like some of the fun stuff I wanted to make sure to find time to, because it's like, if it's on the to-do list, I have to do it. And unfortunately, some of the first things that I do have to do are less fun. We are expected to have a nice day today, but get more snow off and on over the next week. So we want to get our grocery shopping for anything. We usually do our like Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve and then just do leftovers on Christmas so we can all just relax on Christmas Day and enjoy our gifts, our projects, or whatever we want to do. But we also don't want to have to go out and do shopping for all of that in the snow. So we're going to go out and get that done today. I need to get gas, a whole bunch of little piddly chores. But then I want to get some baking done. I've got some project goals that I'm making sure to write down. Some organizing, just a little bit of everything. So I'm going to get going to do the grocery shopping so that I can come back and do other more fun stuff. right, so we are halfway through the day. I am trying to not run around frantically doing all of the cleaning and organizing that I want to get done over the next 10 days because my brain is somewhere in between the, but you need to get it all done now so that you can relax later, and the, no, little bit here and there. And I do have things that are fun that I want to do. So I'm trying to kind of force myself to stop. I have Nan Dad right here. I am a few clues behind, so there's definitely no spoilers coming. I'm pretty sure the next steps that I have is that I'm going to be like stuffing him, making the bottom, and sealing him up. And then I think the next few steps I have are making like beard, nose, hands. And I'm pretty sure the last finishing clues came out today. So I'm really just at that point where I can just go. So I'm kind of making it at least a semi-goal to at least finish the body today, maybe get started on the next pieces. We'll see how much is into them. I want to say I was through clue 5, and I think there's 9. So from what I have seen, because I've gone ahead and looked at the pictures of it, what everybody else is doing before I've done it, because I don't mind seeing what he's going to look like as I go. And from what I've seen there, it looks like this is the bulk of it, and the other pieces are going to have like a little bit of smaller stuff that you then add on. So if I can get him done and maybe start on some of the other pieces today, and then I'm going to try to do at least a little bit of the cleaning and organizing that I want to get done. We did get grocery shopping done. I got gas. I don't know if you can really see the sky. Nope, you can't really see the sky, just my neighbor's backyards. The sky is starting to cloud over a little bit. I'm hoping that it stays fine today in case we need to go out and do anything else. I know my daughter and I were going to try to go driving later to give her some practice, but we will see. But definitely a tangent. We're going to try to do some baking tomorrow and things like that. But today it's going to be me and Nan Dad and probably some Vlogmases. All right, so I had a little bit of trouble adding the weighted beans, but I have a gnome body now. He passes the little wiggle test where he will stay put. So yeah, I have the whole gnome. I thought about the different ways of doing the hat, and I just went for the simplest of just stuff it all. If I make a whole bunch of more gnomes in the future, maybe I'll try something different. So that gets me through clue 6. I have 3 more clues, so that's knitting all the little bits and then putting them together. I definitely feel confident I can get him done before Christmas. I'm going to keep my little thing here to help me remember which side is the front. And now I'm going to force myself to take a break. I actually finished these socks earlier this week, and I just need to weave in the ends so I can block them. And then I also need to wrap some Christmas presents. So I'm going to force myself to stop right now. I am not allowed to do any more of this until I wrap at least a few presents. So I'm going to get little one day 9. Oh my gosh. So much easier to find them now because most of them are open. Day 9 of Polka Dot Creek is over there. And day 20. Oh, wow. Day 20 of Chelsea Yarns is Liberty London.
Ooh.
You have any guesses what you got?
Green.
Ha! I got green.
Oh,
You sort of got green.
I mean, it has green in it. It's just more rainbow colored than specifically green.
Okay.
Today we got brown.
And the Polka Dot Creek is a brownish, but it is spicy chai.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a lot more green going on in the Chelsea Yarns than I expected.
I mean, green is a fantastic color. So.
A very Three Loves Christmas.
I thought there would be a little red.
Well, she's pretty well known for like pinks and everything.
Yeah, green is a fantastic color. So.
It is. Not used to you being so all in on green though.
Green has grown on me in the last like 6 months.
And that's like a very gold, mustardy kind of yellow. Like this is a bold yellow.
I would go more mustard than gold.
I feel like mustard and gold, when you're looking at yellows, sometimes feel very similar.
Yeah, especially when it's not like, when you're not thinking, it's not the metallic gold.
Lofty loops.
And there's the ugly.
Well, I mean, not everybody is a big yellow fan.
I like very pale yellows. Bright yellows are not my thing.
Ooh, this is a pale, pale pink. That's a very pretty one. Like a baby pink. Yeah, I'm not a huge yellow fan, but it is with a whole collection of like bold colors. So I think it's gonna go well with everything.
I just like colors that look very light.
Yeah,
Ruby and roses.
I'm planning on
No.
having a conversation with a friend because they were making a sketchbook and they were having a lot of blue and yellow. And had a nice pale blue and a nice sunshine yellow. They're very pretty together.
Okay.
Because their sketchbooks are really pretty.
Day 20 is Wreath Maker.
Oops.
Wonder if this one's going to be green. It feels like it should be green. It is not green.
That is a bright red.
That is a bold red. We got a lot of bold colors in mine
today.
today.
Santa red.
Yeah.
It looks like a blue.
All right, so we are coming to the end of the day. Tomorrow is the solstice, so it will be the smallest amount of light we have in the year, and then it starts getting brighter again, and that's a fun day. It is also supposed to be a snowy day, so I am definitely planning on staying home and working on my projects and trying to get a few little things done here. I definitely feel like the day got away from me a few times today, but things were getting done that technically needed to be done. It's just, it was definitely a day where I felt like my focus was split all day. But at the end of the day, I did take a walk with my daughters to go down and see some of the Christmas lights in our neighborhood, but also to go to the post box where I got new yarn. I know you might recognize this. This is Little Wolf Knits Peppermint Bark color. I got one skein in fingering weight of this, and I was like, ooh, this would be great as a G Street sweater in DK yarn. And no, I don't need another sweaters quantity. Well, I got some. I probably will get another color to do like details to help make sure this goes as far as I'd like it to on it, because 3 doesn't sound like enough, even if it says it's enough. But this is not a right now project. This is a future project. I'm just going to go put it on the shelf in a little while. And then I am going to try to get just a little bit more work done on my shrug. I've been working on this, and it feels like this sleeve has taken me forever, and I still have the whole other sleeve. I am on the last repeats before I can bind this sleeve off. So I'm going to see if I can get this done tonight. It feels technically doable. But I feel like, I don't know, the sleeve has just taken forever. Tomorrow I'm hoping to be able to do some nice baking and maybe take a minute and kind of talk about some of my plans and project goals and things like that, and make sure I've got kind of my mental space for the direction I'm trying to go with my projects, and see if that helps me feel less overwhelmed by some of them. But that's all that I have for tonight. I will see you again tomorrow.